Pokemon Sword and Shield are slashing their way to Nintendo Switch later this year, which is creeping closer than I think anyone realizes. Before you know it, Gabe, like the year is almost halfway over. And we're getting closer and closer to E3, closer and closer to the fall. And now we have an interesting data mine find that highlights possible Pokemon Go connectivity with the upcoming Sword and Shield. The data miner Charles has discovered a string referred to as koala settings within the latest Pokemon Go version 0.143.0 update. And while that sounds like it might just be mumbo-jumbo trash, Game Freak likes to use animal code names to relate their big games with Pokemon Go. The most recent example would be that Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee were codenamed Beluga and had their own dedicated settings within Go to connect those games together.
All right, it makes sense that you probably want to pair the biggest Pokemon game on phones with the biggest Pokemon game on consoles. They're both going to be incredibly successful. Go is already incredibly successful. So yeah, you probably want them to communicate in some way, right? This isn't exactly surprising news, or not even news. It's not a surprising report, but it just becomes like, how do they integrate it? Can you bring over all your Pokemon from Go to Sword and Shield the way that you were able to in Let's Go? That's going to be a little bit tricky, just because I probably want to try to capture all the new dudes first. I don't know. But yeah, this isn't exactly surprising at all, is it?
No, I think this is to be expected, and I wouldn't worry that, oh gosh, this means it's going to be trending towards Let's Go, or it's going to be trending casual. I don't think that's the case in any way. I think this is merely, as you mentioned, a way for you to bridge your Pokedex on the ever-popular Pokemon Go over to Pokemon Sword and Shield. Will it function the exact same way? I think probably, but you're right. We do now have a much, much larger selection of Pokemon, which is going to be in the potentially 1,000 range, right? Which is insane.
Or at the very least, very close to it.
Right, and so you're going to be dealing with a lot of pocket monsters here. But hey, if you've invested years of time and effort into Go, I mean, it makes sense that is where, you know, you would then want to bring that work and that dedication over to the new games, especially because I feel like there are some people that weren't super on board the Let's Go train that probably still hardcore play Pokemon Go, and so now, given that this is the first, like, true new Switch Pokemon, you gotta have the integration.
I asked you this last time we heard about something similar with Let's Go. Would this be enough to get you to play Pokemon Go at all anymore? Or are you just, like, never gonna touch it again?
I don't see myself ever using it again. I mean, because they have made a lot of modifications. They have added quite a bit. You know, the just number alone of Pokemon has expanded dramatically, but it's still that same core experience, and it just does not appeal to me in the way that Sword and Shield will once they hit Switch in, you know, November.
Yeah. Regardless, I'm way more into, like, trying these things out. I like to go. It incentivizes me to walk a little bit extra, and now they have, you know, battles and raids, and there's other stuff going on that just wasn't there when I originally dabbled. So I don't know if they can connect it in some cool way. I don't know, some exclusive Pokemon, something like that.
That's dangerous.
I might give it a try. Who knows?
We will have to see what they do. You know, there is the whole Meltan connection, so do they expand upon that, add some more episodes of professors duking it out and dishing information? We'll have to see as we move closer and closer to the fall. In the meantime, let us know if this affects you and your playing of Pokemon Go. Will you double down and get back into the game if you have become a lapsed player because of the connectivity, or are you kind of done with Pokemon Go and this means very little to you? Let us know your take in the comments down below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video and are pumped for Sword and Shield, which we should hopefully get our hands on in less than a month now, which is super freaking awesome. Cannot wait for that. Cannot wait to share it with you. Until that time, everybody, thanks so much for watching. Fantastic day. For myself and Gabe, SwitchForce out.